And we are live. Welcome back, everybody. I burned dinner. And I was already running late, and then when I came over to the computer to get everything going for the stream, OBS was very insistent that I don't own a single microphone. There's no microphone anywhere in the house. I'm tripping or something. But here we are. And we're gonna play a nice, soothing, relaxing game. And everything will be fine. Alright, let me get my notebook page ready. Because we are playing Secret of Shadow Ranch. Okay. Luke specifies part of dinner. Yeah, I burned part of dinner. Other than the part I burned, it was fine.
Dear Hannah, well, I made it to Shadow Ranch,
wow.
but I'm afraid all is not well. The Raleighs, the people who own the ranch, have been called away on some kind of emergency. They had Dave Gregory, he's their foreman. Dear Hannah, well, I made it to Shadow Ranch, but I'm afraid all is not well. The Raleighs, the people who own the ranch, have been...
Oh, Luke, I don't even drink coffee, but having, like, basically something desserty sounds lovely. So I will definitely have a sweet after the stream. I had technical difficulties, and therefore I deserve a little treat.
Welcome to my latest case, The Secret of Shadow Ranch. To start, choose Junior or Senior Detective. If you're new to adventure games or need some help, choose Gameplay Overview.
Oh, I don't know that I'd describe myself as new to adventure games. Oh yeah, this was the first one where they did the new, bigger play screen. Reminds me, I need to keep checking to see if it'll ever work with game capture, because it still has not. But this is when they went to the bigger screen, which I'm trying to remember if that's also when it went from being optimized for full screen to widescreen. I think I might still own some full screen DVDs somewhere where for the DVD they chopped the sides of the movie off so that it would fit on the fishbowl TV. Oh my gosh. Luke has a watch streak. I'm shocked. Alright. So, we'll start. And we're definitely doing Junior Detective because we should actually have a checklist this time. Oh, that's gonna be nice. Okay.
Dear Hannah, well, I made it to Shadow Ranch, but I'm afraid all is not well. The Raleighs, the people who own the ranch, have been called away on some kind of emergency. They had Dave Gregory, he's their foreman, pick me up at the airport. He gave me a phone number, told me to call the Raleighs at that number as soon as I got settled in, and refused to tell me anything else. In fact, he barely said 2 words to me the whole ride to the ranch. What's worse, Bess and George aren't here yet. Which is very strange, because even though we had to take different flights, we figured we'd get into Phoenix at about the same time. Being here without them feels odd. After all, the Raleighs are their aunt and uncle, not mine. I wouldn't even be here if Bess and George hadn't begged them to invite me out to the ranch for 2 weeks, too. Until about 3 months ago, the Raleighs owned a clothing store. Bess said it was always their dream to sell the store and buy a cattle ranch. I hope they're okay, but frankly, as beautiful as Shadow Ranch is, I'm starting to get a bad feeling about this place. Love, Nancy.
I've flown into Phoenix before. Luke says 25 streams, more like 164. Gosh, that's kind of wild to think about. That's a lot of streams. Also, can we appreciate how southwest this place is? Look at that. Am I cataloging everything in the room, trying to figure out what the closest match in House Flipper is? Maybe. Don't know if I can exactly replicate those stucco walls. Or whatever it is. They have a collection of pictures of chickens. Alrighty. Okay, legitimate question, because I'm not really that familiar with sort of desert architecture. Are the shutters supposed to be on the inside? Okay. Still fixing up front porch, use back door. That's a really cool front door, though. Hey, Roy, welcome, welcome. Roy says, do they have a wagon wheel light in the kitchen or dining room? Oh, we're gonna look for that. We'll see if we find a wagon wheel light. They don't really have visible lights often in this game. I'm noticing that. How are you today, Roy? They have a nice, like, old-fashioned light in there. Okay, so that's the dining room light. Oh. Hello. Tanya. Welcome to the stream. Happy to have you. All right. Roy says, good, glad to hear it. So sometimes people put the shutters on the inside to close them against drafts. Okay. Yeah, I think you'd want to keep the windows protected in sandstorms, but I could be wrong. Yeah. It's not a wagon wheel. I'm not sure what's going on with the dining room light. Is it made of, like, longhorn horns? It's interesting. Alright, we're gonna start by... Oh, we don't have anything on our to-do list yet. That's kind of terrifying.
Frances Humber. Wonder who she was.
Cool painting. I like it. You know what? This is one of the ones that I typically have basically memorized. And the last time I played this one was just before our wedding. So I don't know how much I still have memorized. We'll find out.
Phoenix and surrounding areas will be hot and dry today, with temperatures expected to reach the mid-90s by 5 this afternoon. After that, temperatures will begin to drop, with a nighttime low in the mid-60s. Most areas to the south and west of Phoenix can expect more heat for the next several days, while areas to the north and east should also expect rapidly developing thunderstorms. So if you're going to be hiking, biking, camping, or horseback riding, be aware that sudden downpours and flash floods are always a possibility at this time of year, and don't go into the wilderness areas unprepared.
We've got several livestock auctions in the area tonight and tomorrow. Small animals, including goats.
Okay, you know, mid-60s at night sounds pretty nice, but mid-90s during the day, I don't know about that. Cow print. City Slicker's Guide to Ranch Horses, Book 1. Alright. Trying to remember. We have to answer a quiz. About horses later. So I'm trying to remember what all the questions are. Why is it called a quarter horse? because they can sprint for a quarter mile. Interesting. I always wondered what the other 3/4 were. Luke says I had a quarter horse when I was a teenager. She's quite a character. Interesting. Roy says it's not a complete horse. Exactly, it's only a quarter horse. What's the other 3/4? Luke asks if you combine 4 of them, would you have a dollar horse? Is that why so many wagons and stuff are pulled by a team of 4? Because if you put 4 quarter horses together, it gets 1 horsepower. Hey Benjamin, welcome, welcome. How are you today? Paint horse. Luke says, sounds like good math to me. Thank you. I'm excellent with math. Oh. But Benjamin, it's Mystery Monday. One of the best days of the week. Snip. Snip. Hey Trumpet, welcome, welcome. How are you doing? Benjamin says more like Misery Monday because work. Aww. Okay, I'm trying to absorb as much of this information as I can so that hopefully I remember female horse and male dog. Okay. Because there's a quiz later, so I'm trying to remember what all of the questions are so that I can find all the answers. Paint dries in record time due to record heat. Local science teacher spends day watching paint dry, says it's the most excitement he's had in years. Expecting a high of 118 degrees Fahrenheit. That sounds right. Schnauzer abducted from backyard. Owner believes aliens did it. Burnett Spammerwickle wins the Tumbleweed Krusty Chitlins Chili Cook-Off. Benjamin, you should give that to the AI. Burnett Spammerwickle wins the Tumbleweed Krusty Chitlins Chili Cook-Off. Feed the AI the most nonsense you can find.
That's not the right time. Must be broken.
Ooh, pretty colors. Like, everything has a horse, a skull, cow print, or the, like, Navajo-esque patterns on it. Everything. How many times did they have that horse in this room? Wait a minute, this is like Where's Waldo? Because there's the horse. There's the exact same horse again, but with spots. And there's the exact same horse again. Like... Luke, they have more horses than your sister has bison. Buckaroo Blues. Echo of the Gecko. Round the Barrel Bend. Gosh, they must have had so much fun coming up with these names. Okay, the other one. Okay. Horse should eat between 1.5 and 3% of his body weight every day. Ration should be hay. Wow. That's a lot of hay. Ah, we needed to know what oats and corn look like. Okay. Let's see. By weight, by volume. All right. Perfect feet. Luke says horses go 8 for oats. I've heard that. I don't really have personal experience with horses. I like the buckskin. I think those are cute. And I have so much nostalgia for Palomino. Dapple Gray's my favorite, though. Trumpet asks, do apes go horses for bananas? Oh my gosh. That's hilarious. How are you doing? Oh, roans are pretty. I love the different colors they can come in. Yeah, Dapple Gray is my favorite. Alright, any other books we can look at? Whoa, Nelly. No, we cannot read Whoa, Nelly. Sad. And over here, the end is nay. All cooped up on the western front. Tossing squid and other rituals. And all of the Harvey Herring books. Oh, one of them has a typo. No, 2. Why do 2 of them have 2 Y's in Harvey? Wait. Okay, the Harvey Herring books. We have Harvey Herring and the Saucier's Stove. Harvey Herring and the Tidal Terror. Harvey Herring and the Seasick Orca. Harvey Herring and the Clallam Clambake. And Harvey Herring and the Border in Phoenix, Arizona. Benjamin says, AI generated art. Did you give it the tumbleweed chitlins chili cook-off thing? And then we have Like Wind Through My Heart by Charlena Purcell. Winner of the Catherine Coop Award for Historical Excellence. Aw, Bet got it inscribed. Okay. But we were supposed to call the Raleighs, right? I think that's what we've been told to do. Alright. Alright. Call the Raleighs.
Hello?
Hello, Mrs. Raleigh. It's Nancy Drew.
Nancy! Are you at the ranch?
Yes, and I'm a little concerned that you're not. Is everything all right?
Oh, everything's fine. I mean, it is now. It wasn't last night, of course.
Everything would have been fine last night if you hadn't made such a fuss.
How could I not make a fuss? There was a rattlesnake in our bedroom, for Pete's sake.
Okay.
Did you say rattlesnake?
I told Ed to leave it alone and let one of the hands get it out of there, but no, Ed started poking at it with my yardstick, and all of a sudden it leapt up and bit him.
That's believable. If there was a rattlesnake in my parents' house, my dad would also be poking it with a stick. Luke, what would you do if there was a rattlesnake in our house? Luke says that's how he became Rattlesnake Man. Trumpet asks, is it in your boot? Benjamin says, don't poke the snake! Gosh. Oh man. Friend of mine was at a friend's house some months ago and a snake got into their basement through the toilet. And my friend was terrified, but her friends were more terrified. So my friend wound up being the one who had to get it out of the house with a pair of barbecue tongs. It leapt up and bit him.
Where?
In the bedroom, dear. I could have sworn I mentioned that.
No, Mrs. Raleigh. I mean, where did it bite him? On his arm? On his leg?
Oh, on his arm, just below the elbow. Swelled up something awful. But fortunately, he's doing much better today, and the doctors think he'll be well enough to go home in a day or so.
I'm well enough to go home right now.
No, you're not. If I don't stay here with him, he'll get up and walk right out that door.
No, I won't.
Yes, he will. Hey, Lociation, welcome, welcome. And
What can I do to help you?
Oh, nothing, dear. Absolutely nothing. You just go get a horse from Tex. He's the head wrangler. And go riding to your heart's content. I told Shorty to go ahead with the cookout I planned for tonight, and...
The envelope. Have her take that envelope to Mary.
Oh, good idea. There's an envelope in the roll-top desk in the den marked Mary. If you could ride over to Mary Yazzie and give it to her, we'd really appreciate it.
I'd love to. Is there an address on the envelope?
Dave will tell you how to get there.
She's gonna have to get the key to the desk from him, too.
Oh, that's right. I always lock the roll-top. Dave has the key. Oh, dear. It seems like there was something else I wanted to tell you.
The horse, Bet. Tell her about the phantom horse.
Did he say phantom horse?
Yes. You see, last night we...
Hello, Mr. Raleigh. Time for those tests.
Uh-oh. We have to go. Don't worry about us, dear. You just go have fun. Just be sure to wear a hat and drink plenty of water. It's gonna be another hot one. Bye!
No, wait. Just tell me about the... phantom horse?
okay. The fact that two of the cowboys, or the ranch hands, are named Tex and Shorty. That's glorious. Should I call Bess and George and tell them? Probably. Also, I thought for sure I had more copies than this, but I do have on my shelf Secret of Shadow Ranch. I believe it's called a Flashlight Edition, and also a Twin Thriller Edition that has Secret of Shadow Ranch and Secret of Redgate Farm. But it's been a while since I've read it, so I cannot remember if there are actually characters in it named Tex and Shorty. Alright, we'll call Bess.
Hello?
Hi, Bess, it's me. I'm at the ranch. Where are you guys?
Omaha.
The disappointment with which she says that. Omaha.
Omaha? As in Nebraska?
Our plane had to land here so they could fix some radio problem, and now they're saying... It's Nancy. Hi, Nancy.
Hi, George.
Now they're saying we may be here for hours.
Hours? You're kidding.
Who knows what's really going on? Yeah, no one around here ever gives you a straight answer. So what's going on there?
A lot. Last night, Uncle Ed and Aunt Bet found a rattlesnake in their room.
Oh my gosh! Are they okay?
Well, actually, it bit Uncle Ed.
Is he all right?
He will be. Right now, he's in the hospital. He'll probably be there for a day or two. Aunt Bet's staying with him.
Oh my gosh!
And apparently a phantom horse showed up at just about the same time as that snake.
A phantom horse? Of all the times to get stranded in some stupid airport. Look, you just better keep us posted, Nancy Drew. That's all I gotta say. We're so bored. George just bought a book on 19th century clothing and accessories.
George did?
It's the only thing in the bookstore here that looked halfway interesting. So if you need to know anything that's even remotely related to 19th century fashion, let us know, okay?
Sounds good to me.
So what else has been going on?
That's it for now.
Have fun. Wish you were here. Kidding.
Gosh. Alright. Now, we need to find some people to talk to. Oh. Sheriff's number. And a magnet shaped like a chicken with teeth. That's nice. Who doesn't love chickens with teeth? Okay, I'm having a moment. Why is the sink designed like that? Like, I'm having a very legitimate moment. The front of it is tiled. There's no way to get under the sink to access the plumbing. The kitchen doesn't have cabinets. The kitchen doesn't have cabinets. There's one corner cabinet. But there's no lower cabinets because it's just like everything under the counter is tiled and there's no upper cabinets. Looks suspicious. It does have a roll top desk. It does have a roll top desk. And a table that has like jars of canned vegetables, stuff in it. Benjamin says the outer wall of the house has the cabinet doors there. That's got to explain it. I can also see, I think maybe some cooking pots stored under the desk, but there are no cabinets in the kitchen. I'm having an existential crisis. Where do you put things?
Hey, you must be Nancy. I'm the cook, Shorty Thurmond.
Oh,
Welcome to
gosh.
Shadow Ranch. Come on over here and tell me about yourself. You have talked to the Rawleys, right?
Every so often, I forget that he has the soul patch. Oh gosh. That might be more horrifying than the complete lack of cabinets. Luke says definitely keeps him from looking like an adult baby. Oh yes, very effective.
Beth said something about a phantom horse. Do you know what she was talking about?
Sure do. See, I was just about to crawl into bed last night when all of a sudden this glowing horse comes galloping up outside. It stops and rears and paws, whinnying and snorting. Then it just wheels around and gallops off into the night. It was Dirk Valentine's horse, you know. Now it's a phantom.
Dirk Valentine?
Dirk Valentine was an outlaw around here back in the 1880s. Legend has it he was in love with Frances Humber. She lived right here on Shadow Ranch. Unfortunately, her daddy was the sheriff.
Something tells me this story does not have a happy ending.
Because of him, Valentine was captured and eventually hanged. Ever since, the ghost of his horse has been roaming the desert, cursing whoever sees him with bad luck.
What a great story.
Story? All I know is Ed Raleigh sees the horse, and what happens less than 2 minutes later? He gets bit by a rattlesnake. You do the math.
Well, I'd better get going.
Pleasure talking to you.
In love. Okay, you know, we can't see past that area. Maybe there's a door back there that leads to a pantry. And this is more of the staging area for food prep. And all of the supplies are stored back in a pantry that we can't see. We're gonna go with that because literally that's the only way I think I can preserve my sanity. Oh, they have a hutch. That makes up for all of it. There's a hutch.
Oh man, no wonder I'm sweating.
Yeah, a little hot. Let's see. Alright. Talk to people about the Phantom Horse and ask Dave for the key to the roll-top desk.
You talked to the Raleighs?
Good grief.
Yes, I'm supposed to go ahead and have a good time and not worry about Ed, which is a lot easier said than done.
He'll be okay. Getting bit by a rattler's no picnic, but it sounds like he's out of the woods.
Shorty told me about the phantom horse that appeared just before it happened. Did you see it too?
It was the strangest thing I've ever seen. Guess you're gonna be asking me a lot of questions, huh?
I wonder if I could cosplay as him. I have a denim shirt. My brown vest is a very different style, though. It's like a little steampunk bolero kind of thing. Don't know how those would go together.
I'm sorry. Am I bugging you?
The Raleighs said you were a detective.
Amateur detective. It's just kind of a hobby.
I'm gonna be honest with you, ma'am. We were short a couple hands to begin with, and now with the Raleighs gone and everybody on edge over what happened last night, well, this is not a good time to be visiting Shadow Ranch, that's all.
Luke says you could dress up like him and I could dress up like the chicken. There we go. There's our Halloween costumes for next year. We're all set.
How do you think that rattlesnake wound up in the Raleigh's bedroom?
Probably crawled in through a mouse hole sometime during the day and took a nap. Nighttime's when they're most active. Something the Raleighs found out the hard way.
Could somebody have put it there?
Guess it's possible. Person would have to know how to handle snakes, of course, but then if you work in the desert, that's one of the things that's good to know.
And that's why I don't work in the desert. I like the desert in theory.
I talked to my friends, Bess and George. Their plane's been delayed. They aren't sure when they're going to get here.
Sorry to hear that. Well, to be honest, I'm not, really. Driving back and forth to the airport takes a lot of time, and time's one thing we're all running kind of short of around here.
The Raleighs asked me to take something out to Mary Yazi's, but it's in the den in the roll-top desk, which is locked. They said you had the key?
Sure do. They gave me their key ring at the hospital.
Great, thanks.
You know, for a guy who keeps complaining about how much they're all like running short on time and how overworked they are and they don't have time for anything, he spends an awful lot of his time just kind of standing there staring at the chicken wire.
To get to Mary's shop, just follow the trail that goes northeast out of the corral. Can't miss it. And I should probably warn you, she doesn't like the Raleighs.
Why not?
No idea. Not really any of my business.
If it's none of your business, why is it my business?
I'll let you get back to work.
Take care.
Like, he does not know how to properly spill the tea. Like, you can't just tease like that. Hang on, I just had a thought for something I want to try doing in House Flipper. I just want to see if the programming will allow me, and I need to write it down before I forget. I'm real curious about this now. Okay. Okay, so it says I think his hat's on too tight. That would explain a lot about a few of the characters in this, I think. Alright, roll top desk. Everything is just Arizona themed. The whole place is like an Arizona theme park, which personally, I love it. Very fun. Alright, Mary Yazzie. What else is in the desk? Snoopy Snoop. We have Allen keys. I do remember what they're for. It's just odd.
The Raleighs sold a trunk full of junk to Mary Yazzie.
Okay. To Ed and Bet Raleigh. Just because you fired me, don't make another mistake and think that you've heard the last of me, because you haven't. We all know that I deserved a second chance. Letting me go without giving me one was just plain wrong. In fact, know what your problem
Sounds
is?
like this Jane Nash person has it out for the Raleighs.
You don't believe in justice, but see, I do. That's the way my brother and I were raised. Justice always prevails, although sometimes it needs a little help. You'll see. Jane Nash. She seems stable. Alright. So, ooh, blanket chest. I want one. I make blankets. I have a lot of blankets and I don't know what to do with them.
Something goes here.
Okay, so red, bright blue, and yellow. It's one of those I'm not even gonna bother to write it down because I can just memorize it. Okay, so 12, 2, and 7. 12, 2, and 7. 12, 2. Oh. Okay, what do we got?
This doesn't look like it was ever opened.
As usual, things did not work out like I planned. Just when I get everything fixed just right for you to go looking for the thing I hid for you, I go and get myself arrested. But no matter what you hear, nothing is gonna happen to me. I will be fine and we will be together soon, I promise. Meanwhile, you can keep busy by looking for what I hid. Start by using this piece of paper to mark where all the rock pictures are. They will tell you what to do next. Your favorite flowers and the flowers on your favorites, start keeping them in mind too. I will leave a message for you in this here cell, just in case they decide to move me to the jail down in Tumbleweed or something.
Alright, rock pictures, flowers, jail cell.
I like vexing your brain because when you are thinking real hard, like when you're playing the piano, you are more beautiful than anything in the world. I am sure to be out of here before you find my treasure, but in case I am not, know that it is all yours and that you are more precious to me than 10,000 treasures put together. 9, 12, 15, 22, 5, 25, 15, 21. Dirk. P.S. I do not and never will hold what your father did to me against you.
Aww. And it was never opened. Luke, what's with the number string? Because this is a substitution cipher. If you match up the numbers to the letters of the alphabet, it spells out I love you.
I like vexing your brain.
Mm-hmm. Ah. How do you still remember the number sequence from Lost? You realize that show's been off the air for a minute, right? Ooh, we got a chart. I love ciphers. Love them. I love easy ciphers that can be solved by children. I love them. Alright, now. This is going to actually read the stuff to them. This is going to read stuff. So, I'm going to very sneakily eat a piece of candy out of my desk while it's reading. But y'all can listen to it while I get a little bit of a sugar hit.
July 4th, 1882. Got sworn in as sheriff. It was the 4th, so it's like all them celebrations was for me, which of course they weren't. Frances thought up a song and played it on the piano for me. I forget how it went, but it was purty. I'm lucky to have her for a daughter. Hereford Shoup come by with a plant he brung from New York, which he calls Harrison's Yellow. Looked right dead to me, but Frances planted it out back, give it some water, and already it looks to be on the mend. She's 17 and can read and write good and knows her numbers. Hereford's thinking to marry her, but I said she ain't of that mind yet. March 30th, 1883. Frances has got eyes for a young man named Dirk. She says he's from Prescott. Cappy says when she plays the piano, this Dirk makes everyone be quiet so he can hear her good. I ain't never seen her smile like she smiles now. I told her to bring him to the ranch for dinner, but she says he won't come because he's too shy. I wonder if that is the truth. April 16th, 1883. Got a letter from the sheriff over in Phoenix about this Dirk Valentine, who is wanted for robbing 2 banks in a stagecoach. The picture with the letter looked just like Dirk, who Frances is sweet on. When I showed her the picture, she got tearful and run off. Now, Dirk is gone, and she won't say nothing about where he went.
Did it just change voices in the middle?
August 2nd, 1883. Dirk Valentine is robbing banks and coaches and trains all over the territory. Frances says he never ever shoots his gun and only steals from people that already got plenty of money. But that ain't true, because some of them trains he robbed was carrying money, meant to pay miners a hard-earned wages. He is nothing but a no-good, greedy outlaw, but Frances gets real mad when I say that. I fear she's still sweet on him, and that she sees him when she knows I am busy, and gets letters from him which she hides from me. September 9th, 1883. Got hold of a note Frances sent to Dirk and saw where they was going to meet. So I got a posse and we caught Dirk, and now he's in jail. The judge is coming next week, and I hear he is a hanging judge, so Dirk most likely ain't long for this world. Frances won't say nothing to me no more and says she never will again.
Mm-hmm.
September 13th, 1883. Dirk sends a secret letter to Frances, which Mason got hold of and give to me. I locked it up so she won't ever read it. Frances ain't allowed to see Dirk in jail, of course, and if she never sees his letter, maybe she will think he don't like her no more, and maybe she will stop liking him. Frances's ma would have knowed what to do better than me. I wish she was still alive. September 17th, 1883. They hung Dirk at noon. I thought I would be glad, but I ain't. September 18th, 1883. Frances took Brownie in my big saddlebag and is gone. She ain't told no one where she's going, not even Cappy. But I know she will forget Dirk, and when she does, she will come home because she's a smart gal and will figure out that I did what I'd done for her.
Hey, Brave. Welcome, welcome. How are you doing?
Frances took Brownie in my big saddlebag, January 4th, 1884. My sister says her little girl Ellie got a letter that said Frances went east and was not of a mind to ever return. I hope this ain't the truth, because I miss her something awful. June 11th, 1884. The Harrison's yellow, which Frances said was her favorite flower in the world, is just a pile of brown sticks now. I don't know how to look after delicate things like that, so it is my fault that it died. I ain't seen or heard from Frances in a year. I tell people she's on her way home, but when I look in my heart, I know this is a lie. She will never come back to Shadow Ranch, and it is my fault. And I'll just have to find a way to live with it.
Sad. Teardrops are a nice touch, but it's so sad. The mystery in this one is just very sad overall. It says, good, did an 8-hour shift bouncing between 2 museums yesterday. Good day, laughed with my work colleagues and shared about Brush with Fame. Oh, nice! Glad it was a good day. This is the same kind of puzzle as the one to unlock the door under the elevator in Treasure in the Royal Tower, but it doesn't make that screech clunk noise, so it's okay. Okay, so you can still tell that this is like a Photoshop, but it's a much better Photoshop than those first few games. Oh wow, Brave says a long time ago I was an extra in a soap drama called Made in Chelsea. Oh. That title sounds vaguely familiar. Like, I haven't seen it, but the title sounds vaguely familiar. Alright. Hydrate, posture check. Boom. Brave says I stumbled into the bar where they were filming. Oh, fun.
I'm finished with that.
Oh. It's a raid! Hello, Marquee Gaming. Hello, Raiders. Hey, Aaron! Hello, Knights of Silvermoon. Hello, Pip. Hey! Yeah, we haven't talked since Sepulchre. It's good to see you too. Haha. Yeah, I'm good. How are you? We're doing Secret of Shadow Ranch. So we have gone, as Nancy Drew, to stay at this ranch on vacation with our friends, but our friends are held up. Their flight got delayed, and we have arrived to find that the people we were going to stay with are at the hospital because one of them got bit by a rattlesnake, allegedly because they were cursed by a glowing horse that rode up outside in the middle of the night. Legend says that it's the ghost of a horse that belonged to a notorious local outlaw. So, we are investigating. Hello, Chiller. Welcome, welcome. Next Silver Moon says, just peachy. Glad to hear it. Chiller asks, are you winning in life, princess? Am I ever? I know, I'm doing okay. I have realized just how little time there is before Christmas, and I'm a little bit terrified.
Well, hello there. You got some friends back there?
Hmm?
Hi there. You two aren't too shabby looking either.
Honestly, as hard as horses are to animate, not too shabby. Alright, we have to find Tex.
So which one are you?
Tex is iconic.
Excuse me?
The Raleigh said they were going to be inviting some young ladies out here. I take it you're one of them.
Yes, I'm Nancy Drew. And you are?
I'm the head wrangler. You want to ride, you come to me. You prove to me you know what you're doing, I may just let you.
Mara asks, why is this man such a creep? The Silver Moon says, remove the mask, he's sus. Luke says he's rootin' and quite possibly tootin'. He's a highfalutin, rootin' tootin' son of a gun from Arizona. He's some cowboy. Chiller says graphics don't look too bad in this game. They had such an upgrade right around this point. This is the first game where they did the expanded play window, because they had the little window with the menu bars on either side, and they've expanded to fill more of the screen. I remember playing it for the first time. It's just like, oh my gosh, why is there so much game here? Also, hello, Amara. Chiller says every man in Nancy Drew games are creeps. They're all suspicious. Everyone is suspicious. He's just grumpy. He probably needs a nap. Let's see.
How do I prove to you I know what I'm doing?
First thing you're gonna do is never ride unless you're wearing a hat and gloves. And unless you got a full canteen of water. You can wear that hat over there. It's Mrs. Raleigh's. Got a helmet built right in.
Cool.
Her gloves are on the saddle you'll be using. And you can get a canteen from Shorty. Then you're gonna saddle and bridle your horse. No need to brush him. I do that when I bring him in. Then you're gonna lead him to the mountain block in the corral and mount up. Then I'm gonna ask you some questions. You can't ride outside the corral till you get all the answers right.
Once I pass your test, can I ride any time I want?
Long as you talk to me first. When you're done riding, you're gonna dismount, hook your horse up, take the saddle and bridle off and put him back where you got him. Always keep your gloves with your saddle.
Mara says, yeah, but this guy is like, so I hear there be some young ladies coming around these parts. To be fair, there were. Like, because it's Nancy, who's like 19, and Bess and George, and the three of them are coming to stay at the ranch. So, there are young ladies coming around. And, I mean, spoiler, but we do find out later in the game his interests lie elsewhere. Just saying. And Mara says this man is the beginning of ASMR whisper talkers. Chiller asks, why are we whispering? Yeah. It's because he's brooding. He's gloomy and brooding and gritty.
Do these horses ground tie?
Yep, if you get off when you're on the trail, don't tie your reins to nothing. Just drop 'em. And barring an earthquake or something, old Bob will stay put.
He's mysterious and gritty. He is. With bandit vibes. That's why he's got the kerchief. Luke says it's all the rootin' makes a man thirsty. That explains it.
Bob? Who's Bob?
The bay over there. Name's Bob. That's who I'm putting you on.
Did you see the phantom horse last night?
I saw something. Just what? I still ain't sure.
Do you know anything about the treasure that Dirk Valentine supposedly hid for his sweetheart?
Nope.
Nope.
Figures.
Golly.
May I go riding now?
Nope. With the Raleighs gone, the ranch is real short-handed. Before you ride, you're gonna have to go see if Shorty's got any chores that need doing. Gotta get a canteen from him anyway.
Talk to you later.
Yahoo!
Yahoo! See, now my brain is just doing just repeatedly saying that he's a highfalutin, rootin' tootin' son of a gun from Arizona. He's some cowboy. Talk about your cowboy. Ragtime cowboy Joe.
Hey there, Nancy. Man, I wish the Raleighs were here.
Me too. It'll be nice to talk to them in person.
I'm really looking forward to you and me sitting down and having a nice conversation, especially with all the weird stuff that's going on. I'm so busy getting all their chores done in addition to my own that I barely have time to talk to myself, let alone to you. Enough of me complaining. What's up?
Oh, thank you, Amara. Appreciate that. Chiller asks by whisper, does that make me look mysterious and gritty? I mean, it depends. It seems to work for Batman.
Tex said I should get a canteen from you and see if there are any chores you'd like me to do.
Music to my ears. First thing you can do for me is go out to the garden and pick all the ripe vegetables. You know what ripe vegetables look like, don't you?
Oh yes, I've memorized them. So, how you doing, Amara? Now you said in the tavern that we're working on clearing out the shop.
You bet I do.
Good, 'cause if you pick vegetables that aren't ripe yet, I'll be real ticked. You can put them in the vegetable basket that's hanging outside. And one more thing. Sometime today, I need you to build a cooking fire in the pit outside. I'll light it when I'm ready to start cooking. And be sure to fill the bucket out there with water and leave it by the pit. You know, just in case something catches on fire that isn't supposed to. The Raleighs wanted to have a cookout tonight, and by golly, we're gonna have a cookout no matter who is or isn't here.
Well, I'd better get going.
Don't be a stranger.
Ooh, Batman is in the chat. Alright. Basket. But I'm going to save the game just in case I get it wrong. Okay. Twigs. Alright. So, internet browser. Vegetables. Alright. Mono, those are supposed to be dry. Think. Right? That's what it says, yes? No. Okay. Well, this one's supposed to be, like, healthy looking. Ooh! Amara says, doing well after a day of purging things from the store. It's time to relax a bit, then I have my Curse of Strahd game to play tonight. Ooh! I want to do Strahd at some point. It sounds like it would be really fun. How's your D&D game going? It's going good. Chaotic. Like, our next session is tomorrow night. Last session was when we did our beach episode that devolved into fighting cannibalistic seagulls. So I think we're going to be possibly hunting for an evil wizard who made the seagulls crazy. Alright. At least used to have these memorized, so let's see. This one's liquid, right? Amara says, I have waited 7 years to play this campaign. It was my white whale for so long. Luke knows about white whales. Alright, there might be like one more ripe bean.
It's so hot, I should get these vegetables into Shorty right away.
Pick those vegetables for me yet?
Take a look.
Oh no, you got stuff
Yes,
in
I
here that
did.
isn't ripe yet. Picking stuff before.
Alright, fine. Ha. So there. Oh wow, everybody's reading the classics. Nice. I am not currently reading anything edifying. I'm having a lovely time.
It's so hot, I should get these vegetables into Shorty right away.
Pick those vegetables for me yet?
Take a look.
There we go.
Good for you. Now, second thing I need you to do for me is take this, go out to the chicken coop and fill it up with eggs. Just be careful of that basket. It's kinda old.
Kinda old, he says. It's literally falling apart before our eyes.
And don't forget to build me that campfire like I asked.
You got it.
Okay. Yep, like, technically with that one, you don't get a second chance on that one since it doesn't kill you. I just can't deal with having been a disappointment, so I have to go back and do it again. There we go. There we go. Yeah, Strahd sounds fun. I have...
There, just call me Nancy Paul Bunyan Drew.
I have like a vague idea for what kind of character I would do for it. Mostly just because I think that the I think it's called the Haunted One background would be really fun to play with. Kind of Full Metal Alchemist vibes. Those me chickens. Sorry, ladies.
Oh no!
Crunch.
There's a hole in it.
There was a hole in it before we started, Nance. Alright, right-click pieces to rotate. Boop. Oh gosh, Amara says, my character is really different. She's a changeling, but morbidly curious to a fault. Emphasis on the morbid. Oh my gosh. So, remember I said I'm currently reading, but nothing edifying? I'm rereading one of my favorite cozy mystery series. And one of the things that I really love about this specific one is there's a character who's a sweet old lady who's helping with the investigations, but so you know, they're cozy, and so everyone on the team
There.
is very nice.
Am I good or what?
The sweet little old lady
Voila!
is the one who always wants to know, like, and exactly how did they die? And will, like, go snooping through people's stuff. And, like, she is the morbid, snoopy one who just thinks that everyone is up to some kind of no good. And it's fantastic. I love her. She's a hoot. Like, everybody else wants to believe the best in people and stuff, and not her. No. She's very sweet and friendly. But also... Alright, I need the bucket. Okay. They have, like, beach chairs. And a cactus that looks like a hand. As you do. Like, the little old lady is the one who will read about the effects on the body of obscure poisons.
Wonder who wrote this.
Everybody else doesn't want to know the details. She wants all of them.
Something goes here.
Alright. There we go. Alright. I have the emergency water bucket. I need newspaper. Yep, Schnauzer abducted from backyard. Owner believes aliens did it.
Bank robbers?
Denver bank robbers spotted at local gas station. Clerk's description of clothing, car, green-tinted sunglasses matches that of a witness to $100,000 heist. Excellent. We love bank robbers, especially arresting them.
So far, so good.
Newspaper.
That should do it.
Handling. Logs.
There.
Yes.
One extremely well-built campfire, if I do say so myself.
Alright.
Great looking fire, Nancy. Nice job.
Left positive feedback. Oh my gosh. Mars says it's 100% Mia, Health Lady Mirror, Kindred Spirits. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Love it. But sort of innocently creepy too. You're like, I was just wondering. Alright. I love how they do make the crazy chicken look significantly crazier than the others. Like, the character's described as looking basically like a mole in a Beatrix Potter book. Like, she's very short and round, and she has really thick round glasses. And also she has a fascination with historical murders. And it's great. And I feel like if any of the other characters were this morbid and this detailed, then it would wreck the cozy vibes. but she can get away with it because of how sweet she is. So it lets the author put more detail into the story than she'd be able to get away with otherwise. Yes, I'm analyzing it. Hey, nice variety. Like all the different colored eggs. I am having more trouble finding my way around here. I keep walking in slightly the wrong direction.
Got those eggs for me?
Right here.
Good for you.
All right.
Anything I can do for you now?
Do you think I could get a canteen of water from you?
Got one right here. You're good to go.
Okay.
Well, I'd better get going.
Drop by anytime.
Chiller says so basically the Luma from the Mario movie. Little bit, yeah. Like, it can get away with saying stuff because it's cute. Okay. Canteen of water. We do all of our chores? I think we did all of our chores.
I'm finished with that.
Yes.
Check. I'm finished with that. That's done. Check. I'm finished with that.
That's done.
I'm finished with that. I'm finished with that.
Alright, find out about the rock pictures.
I'm finished with that. That's done.
Okay. Rock pictures and take the letter to Mary Yazzie. Oh yeah, we still have to figure out the horse quiz.
Need something?
May I go riding now?
Yep. If you got everything I told you need, and you think you know your stuff when it comes to horses, old Bob's all yours.
Chiller says, there is no escape. The only escape is the sweet release of death. Exactly.
Talk to you later.
If you last that long.
I loved that character. Alright. Always check your girth before hitting the trail. Okay. Luke says he sounds like the rapping voice in the I'm reading a book song. I'm reading a book, don't you ever interrupt me while I'm reading a book. Right. Gloves, hat, canteen, we're good.
Come on, Bob.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Okay.
Ready for some questions?
You bet.
Where's a horse's hocks?
On its back legs.
That's 1 out of 10.
Oh gosh, it's 10? I thought it was 5. Alright, we'll see how many of them I still remember.
Ask me something else.
Where's a horse's frog?
On the bottom of its hoof.
2 out of 10. Got a long way to go.
Yeah, we do.
Ask me something else.
How tall is a horse that's 15 hands?
5 feet.
3 down, 7 to go.
Okay.
Ask me something else.
What kind of a horse is a Paso Fino?
Mara says, why does this man need to go bandito mode for this pop quiz? I can't remember. I don't remember seeing this in the book, so I'm trying to remember, like, from last time I played.
What kind of a horse is a Paso Fino?
A gaited horse.
That's 4 right.
Okay.
Ask me something else.
How can you tell if a horse is coliking?
Maybe he has allergies. Maybe he's having allergies to the scrub brush.
It keeps lying down, then standing up.
That's 5. You're halfway there.
Oh, thank goodness.
Ask me something else.
What's the difference between a bay and a chestnut?
Bay has black points.
A bay has black points.
Bingo. That was number 6.
Ask me something else.
What tribe bred the first Appaloosas?
Hey, Boomer. Welcome, welcome.
The Nez Pierce.
7 down. You're in the home stretch.
How are you doing?
Ask me something else.
What part of a horse is most likely to be hurt when it founders?
Its feet.
8 right. Just 2 to go.
Oh gosh,
Ask me
so
something
close.
else.
What part of the saddle should you always check before you head out on the trail?
The cinch.
This here's your final question.
I'm ready.
What is a mule?
Oh gosh.
The offspring of a female horse and a male donkey.
Well, you answered all the questions right. And I
Okay.
can tell by the way you sit, you ain't gonna go falling off for no good reason. So you're free to ride outside the corral.
Yes.
Just don't go galloping all over the place. 'Cause if you bring old Bob back all hot and sweaty, you can kiss your cowgirl days at Shadow Ranch goodbye.
Yeah, if he has allergies, that would explain so much. It would explain the voice too. New
Okay,
headcanon.
Bob, what do you say we do some sightseeing?
Alright. Nick says he's grumpy because he needs Benadryl. Maybe that's why he's so like... You know, maybe he took the Benadryl and it's making him tired and isn't helping with anything else. That's kind of what my brother looks like when he's taken Benadryl and there's still just too much cat. Okay. Take the letter to Mary Yazzie.
Hi, can I help you?
Hi, are you Mary Yazzie?
That's me. I didn't hear a car. Did you hike in or come by horse?
I rode here. I'm Nancy Drew.
So where are you staying?
With Ed and Elizabeth Raleigh. In fact, I have something for you. Bet wanted me to give you this.
Great. I want to buy a small piece of property from them. It must be their response.
Bad news?
They rejected my offer. Well, I guess that's that. But as long as you're here, look around. All the jewelry you see, all the rugs, the beadwork, the pottery, they were all made by local artists, including yours truly. So if you want to know something, especially if you want to know how much something is, just ask.
Okay, I'm gonna say, I've been in Arizona, I have been in shops like this where everything is made by local artisans, and I don't have to ask how much something is because I know I could never afford any of it.
Are there many petroglyphs around here?
If you take the trail to Cougar Bend, there are hundreds. A lot of them were probably made by the Anasazi. They lived in the area until about 700 years ago, when they just suddenly picked up and left.
I understand that you bought a trunk full of junk from the Raleighs recently.
Yeah, they didn't want much for it, so I took it off their hands. Problem is, I still don't know what's in it because I can't figure out how to open it.
May I take a look at it?
Sure, it's right over there.
It was great talking to you.
Catch you later.
What a beautiful horse.
Love a good Palomino. Alright. Definitely some cool stuff. But also, again, I would never be able to afford any of it.
That trunk looks really old. Would you mind if I try to get this open?
Please do. In fact, if you get it open, I'll let you keep something from it. You can have your pick.
So, I need the code to open it. I think if you haven't done that, then it won't let you get it.
Tuning forks. Cool.
Pretty. Okay. Chiller says just get your hubby to buy it. He couldn't afford it either. We polish rocks and petrified wood. Ask for details. He did get me a petrified wood necklace. For my birthday, and oh my gosh, it's so cool. Oh. Okay. We need to know this part. So... iron. Orange rust. We need to know what colors these things turn. Copper. Green and blue. Very nice. Then manganese. Fun word. And then purple. And silica. Great. You cannot remove petrified wood from national or state parks. That's sad. I mean, it's sad that they have to make rules about that, but also, where do I look? Right. All arrowheads in this shop were surface collected on private lands. Oh. Highly successful romance novelist Charlena Purcell will be touring the Southwest this summer. A meticulous, tireless researcher, Ms. Purcell knows more about what went on in 19th century Arizona than do most historians. Invite her to speak in front of your favorite organization and hear firsthand how she puts together her wonderfully detailed, emotionally rich works of fiction. Book her today. I'm good, thank you. Oh dear, this thing. See if I remember how to use this. Okay, well, I remembered 2 of them. Let's see if I can remember level 3. 'Cause this one has something quirky to it. Well, that was entirely muscle memory. I've played this dumb game way too many times.
Cool. An old token. Or something.
1.5 cents. Okay.
Hi, can I help you with something?
I won something that looks like a token when I played that game over there. What is it?
They actually used those for something back in the 1880s, but I don't know what.
Is that you riding that beautiful Palomino in the picture over there?
That's my horse Banner. I train him myself.
You train horses?
Just on the side. Someday I'd like to do it professionally, but it would take money to get started, and money is one thing I'm not very good at making.
That's kind of concerning to hear from a shopkeeper.
It was great talking to you.
Catch you later.
Boomer says, my muscles have memory, and they use it to tell me to not do that anymore. There.
That's done.
Okay.
Maybe I need to learn more about the history of this trunk.
Okay. There we go. I think that triggers it. I have had times where I've gotten so stuck on this dadgum game for so long because I didn't get it to trigger the next bit. Ooh, Trumpet says, I hate having to give project managers bad news about the status of projects. Ouch. Sorry.
Charlena Purcell's office.
Hi, my name is Nancy Drew. May I please speak to Miss Purcell?
Concerning?
I'm staying at a ranch in central Arizona, and since she knows so much about the history of Arizona, I thought maybe she could answer some questions for me.
Questions concerning?
Well, I came across a very old trunk that might contain stuff that has to do with these people named Dirk Valentine and Francis Humber. Only I can't open it.
Did you say Dirk Valentine?
And his girlfriend, Francis Humber, yes.
Huh. Would you hold, please?
Thank you for holding, and thank you for calling the office of Charlena Purcell. Miss Purcell's latest novel, like Wind Through My Heart, was an instant bestseller. And like so many of her novels, it recently received the Catherine Coop Award for Historical Excellence. Reading a Charlena Purcell novel is like traveling through time to the old Southwest on the wings of love.
This is Charlena. Who is this again?
Nancy Drew?
Tell me about the trunk you found.
Well...
Mara says, whoa, this cell phone is bringing me back. I know, right? When I'm done with this cell phone conversation, I'll show you the web part. It is a trip.
The lock seems to have something to do with this image that's engraved on the trunk right above it.
Describe the image.
It's this kind of abstract design made up of hearts and doves and the initials E.H. and A.H.
E.H. would be Eldridge Humber, and A.H. would be Abigail Humber.
Eldridge.
Frances Humber's grandparents on her father's side. Her mother died when she was 10. Now, the picture no doubt commemorates their wedding day, which was 4/9/11. April 9th, 1811.
Eldridge is quite the name. I like that. Okay. 4/9/11. Okay.
Why do you know so much about the Humbers?
I've been running across fascinating tidbits concerning the Humber family and stashing them away for years. When I have enough tidbits stashed away, I may well write a book about them.
Then you'd probably be very interested to know what's in this trunk.
Yes, I would. And since I've helped you, or tried to, it's only fair that you help me, don't you think?
Sure, I'll keep you posted. Did I mention that I'm staying at Shadow Ranch?
This just gets better and better. I'll tell my assistant to put your calls through immediately. By the way, why are you so interested in the Humbers?
Knowing more about them and what happened in the past may help me figure out something that's going on in the present. I'm kind of a detective.
That makes two of us. I'll be waiting to hear from you.
Boomer says my first cell phone was a Motorola flip phone. I think that's what my mom's first cell phone was. Chiller says mine was a sliding phone. I miss having tactical buttons on phones. Oh man, yeah. My first cell phone was also a sliding phone. My parents had flip phones, but by the time I got a phone, it was sliding. I really miss that slide out keyboard. Chiller says she's a lot nicer than most callers. True. Let's go. Alright. 4 9
I got the trunk open!
Great, thank you. Go ahead and take something from it. You deserve a reward.
We can take a saucepan. There's saucepan, scissors. Just sheriff star. That would be such a cool thing to have. This is the one that will advance the mystery. So fine.
If I want something else from the trunk, I should put back what I took before.
Yeah. Alright. Fine.
I wonder how you open this.
Okay. Mara says when I lived in Florida, here I bought a burner flip phone. It used T9 to text, and that was a throwback. Oh, wow. Luke says you can be the sheriff. Boomer says put pan on head, pretend to be Johnny Appleseed. Oh, man, that's a deep cut. Freud says don't run with the scissors. I wonder if you'd have to second chance. Luke says there's a new boss in town, Sheriff Nancy. Mara says take the pan and say I cast iron. Nancy can be a wizard. Oh my gosh.
Bingo! F.H. Francis Humber?
Oh, I love how it's so similar to her dad's, but is like a delicate girly version. It's so cute. Alright, 7, 1, 5, 3, 7, 1, 5, 3, 7, 9. Boom. Oh, she ripped her dad's picture out of it. Oh, but if this was left at the ranch, did she rip her dad's picture out to take with her?
Green bottle under... wonder what that means.
Aww. Oh, petroglyphs. I wanted to see the petroglyphs, and I didn't get a chance because the one weekend that I went to Arizona, the desert, it rained. I didn't get to go hiking because it was raining. In the desert. I have a gift.
Check.
Okay. So there is a checklist, but it's just not a very good one yet. It's definitely not keeping up. Oh yeah, shoot. I was gonna show you the internet on the phone, but I don't think there's signal out here. Yep. No signal, no access. Oh, I found an arrowhead. Okay, we'll look for more arrowheads. I love this part. Here lies Charlie, best mule whatever lived. Never kicked me or nothing. R.I.P. January 1881. Excellent. Ooh. Nick says the arrowheads are not as tasty as clams. This is true.
I think I'll let Bob do the walking.
Last game, we got to eat what we hunted for.
Heck, why walk when I can ride?
But these are artifacts. Artifacts get a bonus for me. Okay. Alright, fill in the grid.
If I had a rope, I could lasso that tree branch and pull myself up.
Luke says they belong in a museum. And Boomer asks if counterfeit ones are called artifakes. Not that I know of, but they should be. It's there. Another arrowhead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. That one's right there. This one's over here. This one here. There. And here. Bye, Bob. See, hiking around on these rocks looking for petroglyphs so that we can solve a cipher. This is peak gaming for me. This is my kind of thing. This is several of my kind of thing all at once. Alright, gonna head back here where I have cell service. There we go. Internet browser. You can use it to search the World Wide Web. Females? I think we already called them for that one. Okay.
That's done.
Hi, can I help you with something?
It was great talking to you.
Catch you later.
Alright. Can't ask her any more questions. Wonder if there's anything else I need to do today. Head back to the ranch. I can ask Tex if I want to go riding again. Okay. Oop. Oh, wait a minute. We go left, right, right. Okay. Good to know. Put my saddle away because I'm responsible. Oh.
Uh-oh. I'd better put that back.
I'm also Snoopy. Oh. Tex got mail. From Jane Nash.
Oh my gosh. Jane Nash is Tex's sister.
Alright. So Tex's kid sister is the one who is sending the Raleighs hate mail. Boomer says no stamp. Maybe she was going to send it and she saw him in person before she mailed it. So she just handed it off to him. Luke says it arrived via carrier pigeon. That's also a possibility. Or maybe he's a stamp collector and he already salvaged it.
You still here?
Should I be somewhere else?
Yeah, home in your nice soft Betty Bye. You and your friends, if they ever show up, you ain't gonna last more than 3 days out here.
Young ladies belong in Betty Bye.
Why do you say that?
City folk can't take living out here. Too rugged, too much work, too dangerous.
Okay, legitimately, as someone who grew up more in like a woodland area, I can relate to kind of both sides of this. Like, I know dadgum well that living on a working ranch would be way too much for me. But also, I've seen so many city slickers trying to move out to the country. And Like, watching them try to figure out this existence is a lot.
I need a rope. Do you think I could borrow yours?
Nope.
Like, I once did a manicure for a woman who had just moved from big city to the small town that I grew up in. And she was complaining to me about how this town of 7,000 people just did not have a very wide variety of five-star ethnic restaurants. A town of 7,000 people in Appalachia. Like, there's really nowhere to get Ethiopian food. Like, yeah, there's not. You drive to the big city for that.
I understand you have a sister named Jane Nash.
So what if I do?
Like, none of the restaurants seem to care that much about presentation. Like, like, portion size is really more the priority here. Boomer says, now I recall we had none in the 900 population town I grew up in. Right? See, you get it. Hey Pip, welcome, welcome. How was dinner?
Did you know that she used to work for the Raleighs?
No, she didn't. What gave you that idea? Hey, you've been snooping, haven't you? In the Raleigh stuff? In my stuff?
I love how he's like growling at that point. Like he's tightly controlled.
I'm just very observant, that's all.
My business ain't none of your business. And that includes any sisters I may or may not have. You need to go. I'm busy.
Busy. Boomer says that in a small town, restaurant presentation is, here's your food. Exactly. Ooh, we made it to evening.
She'll be coming around the mountain when she goes.
I can't take any more.
Where are you going? You can't leave. The Raleighs said we were to have a cookout and entertain our guest.
Yeah, well, I don't call this entertainment. It's worse than whatever that stuff was you cooked.
That was lamb ragout for your information, and it was great. If you couldn't appreciate it, it's because your taste buds are about as sophisticated as a sand flea's.
I think I'll turn in too. Night, ma'am. Next time, just stick to burgers.
Et tu, Brute? You see that? You see what I put up with? Day in and day out, I cast my culinary pearls before ungrateful, uncultured swine. Well, I'll show them. I'll write a best-selling cookbook, that's what I'll do. Then I'll get my own TV show, then I'll do a movie, and while they're out here punching cattle, I'll become a gazillionaire.
Oh my gosh.
And we have Phantom Horse. I don't trust anyone who says, I'll show them. I'm just saying.
And you say this happened right after that phantom horse showed up again?
The pump house blew just as the horse was galloping away.
Oh my, this is awful. Maybe Shorty was right. Maybe that horse is a bad omen.
Let's see.
That's what someone wants you to think, Aunt Bet.
What do you mean?
It's possible that while everyone's attention was on that horse, someone sabotaged the pump house.
Why on earth would someone sabotage the pump house?
Roy says, I especially don't want to hear I'll show them from the person that cooks my dinner. This is very, very good point. Yeah, that'd be concerning. Pip says Shadowfax. Yes!
Someone may be trying to chase you off the ranch.
But why?
That I don't know. Yet.
You don't think Tex or Shorty or Dave is somehow involved, do you?
It's possible, but I just don't know yet.
Oh, my. You might not be safe there.
Maybe we should send her home.
I'll be fine. Really, I want to help, and I can help.
Well, it sounds like we could certainly use your help.
Okay, let's see.
Can you think of any reason why someone might want you off the ranch?
No, but I'll tell you what. Ed and I will put our thinking caps on, and if anything comes to us, we'll call you. Have you called the sheriff and told him all this?
Not yet.
Tell her about the storms.
Tell me about the what?
The storms. You need to be careful when you go riding because it can be sunny one minute and pouring down rain the next.
I'll be careful.
Good. And if you have any more questions, just call.
One more thing. Until I figure out what's going on, it would probably be a good idea not to mention my suspicions to anyone at the ranch.
Of course. Keep in touch.
I will. Bye.
Alright. Just a comment. So thinking about this game in memory, you know, I played it about a little over 2 years ago. So I do think that this game has some of the best gameplay in the series, maybe the best. I love the chores. I actually really love that. I think it's a great element. And so as I've been going through and trying to rank the games in order, I had been thinking, well, this one might actually wind up being ranked higher than Danger on Deception Island, as much as I love Danger on Deception Island. Deception Island has such great vibes, but the gameplay in this one is just so good. The puzzles are great. The pacing of the story is so good. Like, what is on each day and stuff, it's great. But I really think, now that I'm playing it again, that it might get knocked down at least one slot in the rankings, just because there are no cabinets in the kitchen. The tile thing might knock it out. Hey, we can do a little snooping.
Mineral deposits?
The two bunnies. Rutherford Peak. We know Rutherfords. Calcite, quartz, and limestone.
Can I help you find something?
No, actually, I pretty much found everything on my own.
For your information, I got those maps because I was hoping there might be a long-lost gold mine or two around here. But like most of my get-rich-quick ideas, it didn't pan out. Apparently, there's no gold left in them thar hills, or silver, or copper, or anything else. Now, I don't ever want to catch you in my stuff again.
That's fair. You won't catch me in it again. Should probably update Bess and George.
Hello?
Where are you guys? You've got to get out here. I saw the Phantom Horse last night.
Know what we saw last night? The inside of a motel room in St. Louis.
St. Louis?
Our plane finally took off at 7 last night. We didn't call you because we wanted to surprise you. Only the next thing we knew, we were being diverted to St. Louis on account of bad weather, so the airline put us up at a motel. But when we came back to the airport this morning, guess what?
You're fogged in.
We're fogged in. I have never seen fog this thick. Visibility's 3 feet tops. You can barely drive in this stuff, let alone land and take off. Let's change the subject. So you saw the Phantom Horse?
Last night, right after the campfire, this glowing horse appeared out of nowhere, then went galloping away. And right after that, the main pipe in the pump house sprang a leak. Another case of bad luck? I think not.
So while everyone's attention was on the horse, someone sabotaged the pump house. First the rattlesnake, now this. Yikes.
Okay, so remember I said the one time I went to Arizona, it rained, and so I couldn't go hiking and look at the petroglyphs. My flight home got canceled, and I had to take a different flight because of bad weather. A blizzard hit the airport that I was supposed to have a layover at.
Has either of you two ever read anything by an author named Charlena Purcell? She writes romance novels that take place in the Old West.
That rules me out. I saw her on a talk show once. Seemed kind of full of herself. Why do you ask?
I had to call her in order to open this old trunk at Mary Yazzie. She knows a lot about the people who used to live at Shadow Ranch.
I bet I know more about 19th century clothing design than she does.
That's it for now.
Stay in touch. That's an order.
Alright, we need to do some serious snooping. Luke says, to be fair, she can't be full of anybody else. Oh gosh. Crime scene, no trespassing. Alright, let's call the sheriff, see if we can go in. Boop.
Hernandez.
Hi, are you the sheriff?
Yes, ma'am.
My name is Nancy Drew. I'm staying at Shadow Ranch.
Oh, yeah? I spent a good part of last night out there.
I know. I never got a chance to talk to you.
Is there something I can do for you?
Would it be all right if I looked around in the pump house?
Sure. I'm all done in there. Should have had my deputy take that sign down. Mind my asking why you want to look around? Wait a minute. Dave told me about you. You're the girl detective.
Amateur detective.
I don't know. Dave seemed to be real impressed with you. In more ways than one, I might add.
Why is there a guy hitting on Nancy every game? She has a boyfriend.
Do you know most of the men who work at Shadow Ranch?
I know them all. That doesn't mean I'm best buddies with them, but it's a pretty small world out here, and I've either known or known of those boys for years.
And they're all stand-up guys, as far as you know?
I'd vouch for every single one of them.
Thanks for your help.
My pleasure.
Well, I'm pretty sure one of them's like a criminal, so I don't know if I trust your vouching, sir.
Looks like the pipe is pretty badly corroded.
Ooh, that's a really pretty arrowhead. Nancy is awesome, but also, like, a little respect for Ned. Ooh. Secret tunnel, secret tunnel. Boom. Oh, Boomer ships her with one of the Hardy Boys. Crack ship.
Dave?
Well, where did you come from?
Where did you come from?
Well, see, I'm looking for Dirk Valentine's treasure.
What do you know about it?
See, my great-aunt Ellie was Francis Humber's cousin. When she died, she left me a bunch of stuff, including an old letter she'd gotten from Francis. In the letter, Francis said that Valentine had hidden a bunch of loot somewhere and wanted Francis to find it by following the clues he left for her. Francis was real smart, see? Loved puzzles, played the piano pretty good, too. Anyway, after Valentine met his end, Francis was too broken-hearted to care about some treasure. She told Aunt Ellie that if she could find it, she could keep it. I also found this picture. That's Francis's father, Sheriff Merrill Humber.
Merrill.
There's something written on the back. Stairs to cellar. That's Francis's handwriting. Looks like the other half of the message got torn off. I was hoping that the treasure might be under the stairs in here, but no such luck.
Green bottle under stairs to cellar. Okay, say, if Nancy was going to be with one of the Hardy Boys, I'd say Frank rather than Joe. But I really do ship Nancy and Ned. I think that they're a great combo. Really good pair. Okay, let's see.
I didn't know this place had a cellar.
As far as I know, no one does. The entrance is secret. These stairs lead to a secret door behind the bookcase in the den.
Chiller says, I just thought of an awesome crossover, Scooby-Doo and Nancy Drew. That would be fantastic. My only issue is that with both of them, it always looks like there's a monster and there's never actually a monster. I want the Doctor Who version. You know, that meme says something about how the difference between Scooby-Doo and Doctor Who is in Scooby-Doo, the alien was Old Man Jenkins all along, and in Doctor Who, Old Man Jenkins was an alien all along. I want the Doctor Who version. Okay, secret door behind the bookcase in the den. Secret tunnels, secret doors. This place is great.
What do the Raleighs think about all this?
Hey,
the
Jeff.
Raleighs don't know. I was afraid that if I told them, they'd... See, my brother's dead broke. No job, health's bad. I was thinking if I could just find the treasure...
I know, Scooby-Doo is a talking dog, and he's always the only supernatural thing. That weirds me out. How you doing, Chiv?
I understand, but now I'm in kind of an awkward position.
I know, and I'll tell them, I swear, soon as they come back. They got enough on their minds right now.
You haven't been using that phantom horse to try to scare the Raleighs off so you can hunt for Valentine's treasure in peace?
I don't know anything about that horse or any of the other stuff that's been going on around here, I swear. Now, if you'll pardon me, I need to tend to my chores.
Chiv says...
No, wait! You don't have to leave!
Doing alright. Tired from running around town, but I feel accomplished at least. Nice. I still have some last minute Christmas stuff I need to do.
Acid.
Enough that I'm
Wonder
nervous.
what somebody's been using that for.
Okay, looks like someone used acid to destroy the pipe in the pump house. Ooh.
Something's missing.
Okay. Boomer says most Scooby-Doo mysteries could be solved by a quick trip to the local mask store. Very true.
Looks like I'm back in the den.
Okay. So now we know we can find that. Green bottle under stairs to cellar. Yeah.
Maybe the message on the pictures refers not to the stairs to the den, but to these stairs.
Boom. Alright. Big slidey puzzle. So... I need to scoot this. Means moving that. Yeah, Scooby-Doo, they seem to have DIY'd a lot of it, which always leads to these kind of interesting images. Like somebody's just like hunched hand sewing in the middle of the night. Alright. Do I want to go for this? Luke says, I picture them cackling as they sew their gigantic ghost costume with bags under their eyes. Yes. I'm sure that's exactly what happens. There we go.
There's something inside.
I am glad that you are getting your picture painted wearing your favorite shawl. It will be a beautiful painting because you look beautiful in that shawl. I forget the name of the stitch you used to make it, but I think it is amazing that you learned how to knit a whole shawl just by reading one book. I wish I could put my mind to things like you can. I am also glad that you like the handbag that I got you. I knew it would become your favorite on account of the pretty picture the beads make. I want to know all the things that you like so that I can make sure you always have them. I figure that way you will always want me around. Meet me on Friday at noon by the Big Picture Rock. I love you, Dirk.
Shiv says he needs to say shawl one more time. Yeah, I think that would just really be satisfying for me. I have made a shawl. I have a couple in progress. I learned mine from the internet, though.
Remember when we were in Cappy's eating the crackers he orders special from California, and you said that from then on the crackers would be your favorite because they would always remind you of me? Well, I met a trader yesterday who had a whole wagon full of them, and I bought you 4 tins. I also bought a rock from him because this rock has been polished to show a picture that looks just like the landscape by one of our meeting places. He called it an agate and said that the picture was made by nature, but it looks so real I can hardly believe it. I am thinking of a way to surprise you with it because it is as special as you are. I will meet you Tuesday at 3 by the 3-armed cactus. Your father has people watching for me all over the county. I guess you got some of your smartness from him. I love you, Dirk.
Okay, I have a thought here. Because in the sheriff's journal mentions that when all this went down, Francis was about 17, 18. Very accomplished for a 17, 18-year-old. But how old was Dirk? Because he was in love with her. And also he was hanged by the neck until dead. If he was like, 19 or something and was this notorious outlaw who got hanged, that makes it even sadder. He's a baby.
I still don't know how you got a whole cake out to our last meeting place like you did, but it was the best thing I ever ate. And the prettiest too, what with that fancy flower you put on it. Now I think it is the best cake recipe in the world too. But nothing is as good as getting a letter from you. Whenever I see a flower like the one on your favorite letter paper, I think of you. I only steal from people who have plenty of money to begin with and deserve to be robbed, but if I could start over, I would forget about them and be a rancher or a farmer or miner or shopkeeper or whatever you wanted me to be, just so we could always be together. Be at Charlie's grave at sunset this Thursday. I love you, Dirk.
So sad. It's romantic and sad. Alright, favorite flowers and flowers on your favorites.
That's done. I'm finished with...
Okay. Plunk. Boomer says he fought the law, but the law won. It did. Tragic. But the sheriff was right too. He was breaking the law, he was stealing from people. And yeah, he says he's stealing from people who have the money to spare, but like the sheriff pointed out, he stole payroll. Yeah, the company might be able to replace that, but it's going to take them time to ship the money back out. And meanwhile, the people who are going to be paid by that have been living paycheck to paycheck. Their pay's now delayed because he stole it. What are they supposed to do? Starve for 2 weeks until a shipment of more money comes out? Robbing people with a 6-gun. I fought the law and the law won.
Hello, Nancy. Guess I'm gonna be blushing every time I see you now.
Don't worry about it. I've been known to do a few sneaky type things from time to time myself.
Actually, I'm kinda glad you came by. Something I need you to do for me, if you wouldn't mind.
That kind of depends on what it is.
This chicken coop's been a thorn in my side ever since I got here. The wire I need to fix the hole in the fence was supposed to be delivered today. But it's not here yet, and the Raleighs just called and asked me to run an errand for them tonight. So if you could keep an eye out for that chicken wire, and patch that hole as soon as it gets here, the chickens and I'd really appreciate it.
Will the wire get here before it gets dark?
Doesn't look that way. But you still have to put it up, even if it means working at night. Just be sure to wear gloves. I'll leave my pliers out. If you have to do it at night, that's okay. There should be plenty of moonlight. You'll be able to see fine. Just make sure it gets done. Because if it doesn't, the coyotes are going to have themselves one heck of a banquet, and you're going to be in a lot of hot water.
No problem.
Now, is there something I can do for you?
Taylor says he's pretty much Robin Hood with a cowboy hat. Yep. See.
How long have you worked here?
About as long as the Raleighs have lived here. About 3 months, I guess. I was their first hire. First me, then Tex, then Shorty.
Tex seems a little ornery.
He does his job and he does it good. Far as I'm concerned, that's all that's important.
Ornery is a great word.
Where was the jail that Dirk Valentine stayed in after he was arrested? Do you have any idea?
Probably the one over in Dry Creek. It's a ghost town now. But the jailhouse and a couple other old buildings are still standing. At least they were last I saw.
Luke, we need to look at more ghost towns. They have plenty of them around here. We need to go around. Appreciate the vote of confidence, Chiller. Don't know if I can get through a full song.
Could you tell me how to get there?
On your way to Mariazzi's, look for the trail on your left that heads towards Shadow Mountain and stay on it till you get there. It's about an hour and a half's ride. This got something to do with the treasure?
Hour and a half's a long time to ride. Keister would be hurting.
It might.
Well, let me know if you need anything else.
May I see that letter you said Francis Humber wrote to your great-aunt?
Sure, got it right here. When I heard you were a detective, I started keeping it on me. Thought you might snoop through my stuff or something.
Thanks for letting me see it.
Dearest cousin Ellie, my beloved Dirk is no more. I shall never see him again. And now you will never see me again, for I am on my way east, there to spend the rest of my life. I will never return to the territory of Arizona, not even when my father, whom I despise with every part of my being, has left this earth. But know this, sweet Ellie. Dirk told me that he had hidden something of great value, and that when all was in place, he would start me in pursuit of it. He was forever inventing fanciful ways to tax my brain, and was quite clever himself. Then, thanks to my father, he was arrested. Perhaps he wrote me from jail, and his note was lost. Or perhaps he grew to hate me. But he never told me how to find what he had hidden, and I am too heartsick to care. If you can somehow find it, it's yours, my dear young cousin. Know, too, that I miss you terribly and always, always will. Francis. P.S. Enclosed is a picture of the vilest man ever born.
Sad.
I'll let you get back to work.
See you later.
Not that my family's any of your concern, but my sister did work for the Raleighs, back in Phoenix. She got fired, she got mad, but she's over it. Okay?
Why didn't you tell me that before?
'Cause it makes me look bad. I figured no one'd ever find out, and when you did, I just got all flustered like.
Chiller says that Dave was 100% right, smartest NPC. Oh yeah. The only one who's like, I wonder if she's going to snoop through my stuff since she has a reputation for snooping.
Are you and your sister very close?
Nope. Fact is, my sister can be kind of a flake. I'd have probably fired her too.
I love him.
Has anyone tried going after that phantom horse when it appears?
Nope. Always something else going on. Like Ed Raleigh getting snake bit, or the pump house blowing up. Plus, that horse is fast. Probably couldn't catch it anyway.
Hey, Chiller has a watch streak.
Is it okay if I go riding?
Nope. Go see if Shorty's got any chores that need doing first. I hate hearing him whine about how overworked he is.
Alright, last of the bottle. Alright.
Talk to you later.
Gotta be a posture queen. Alright, so Shorty has any chores. Like, everybody redeemed posture check, so I really have to watch it for a while here. Chiller says, I guess I really like early 2000s games. Yep. What's not to like? They're charming.
Yes?
I'd like to apologize.
Just proves we're birds of a feather. I've been known to go poking through other people's stuff myself.
Good to know. I'll start carrying all of my important things on me.
Have you ever met Mary Yazzie?
Course. Nice lady. I mean, for the most part. Gets real unfriendly when the subject of the Rowleys comes up.
Chiller says, we're trying to tell you something. Hint, hint. Lol. Yeah, as far as I can tell, what everyone's trying to tell me is that I really need to make more point redeems. I'm trying to figure it out. I am.
Do you know anything about the piece of property she's been trying to buy from the Raleighs?
Well, I know she says she wants to buy it because she feels spiritually drawn to it, but I think she's got something up her sleeve. Oh, Nancy, it's great having you here. I mean, I like to talk, you know? I like to converse, to debate, to discuss.
You like to gossip, don't you?
More than anything. Which isn't a bad thing. People like you and I are fascinated by the human condition, that's all. So, who else do you want to talk about?
Nobody really.
Yeah, there's a difference between investigating and gossiping. He's gossiping. Chip says we still need the yo-ho-ho. Oh, I know we do. And I recorded the audio. And I'm gonna have to look for tutorials or something, because for the life of me, I cannot figure out how to do an audio redeem. Cannot figure it out. So I'm gonna have to look for tutorials, see if the internet can help. Chiller asks, Princess, is this how you would react if someone poked in your stuff? Absolutely not. It would not end well.
Have you been out to the pump house?
All the water to the ranch house has been cut off. The livestock will still get water from the windmills, but we humans are gonna have to get every single drop of water we use from the faucet in the pump house. And that's gonna be a royal pain. Why can't that darn horse do its cursed thing somewhere else?
Killer says, what if Luke poked in your stuff? So, if Luke was someone who would poke in my stuff, then he would not be my Luke. Just saying.
I'm inclined to think that someone, not something, is responsible for the damage to the pump house.
I saw the pipe. It was rusted through. That's why it burst. That and bad vibes from that equine banshee.
Equine banshee. Chip says, very good response. Boundaries are always important, even in close relationships. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Luke is not Snoopy. like, if he had poor boundaries, I don't know how we would be able to live in the same house, you know? I'm like, I know that he would not go through my phone. I wouldn't go through his phone. I'm curious rather than Snoopy, and curious I can ask him about. Like, if there's anything on his phone that I wanted to know, I could ask him about it and he would tell me. Every so often I hear about people who are in relationships where they check each other's phones. Like, and you like each other? Mm-hmm.
What do you know about the treasure that Dirk Valentine supposedly hid around here for Francis Humber to find?
If I thought there was a snowball's chance in Tampa that Valentine had stashed any of his loot here, I'd be tearing this place apart. Why? What do you know about it?
Nothing really, but what makes you so sure he didn't stash any of his loot here?
When I heard that rumor, I started reading everything about Dirk Valentine I could get my hands on. But the more I read, the more it sounded like he suckered Francis into believing he'd hidden something for her, just to give people something to talk about when he was gone.
We read his letters. I don't think he would have done that.
Got any chores you want me to do?
Do exactly what you did for me yesterday, and I'll be forever grateful. Start by picking all the ripe stuff in the garden again. Basket's outside.
Well, I'd better get going.
Come back soon.
Alright, we're gonna save again. Oh, there's a rattling noise. Shiv asks, why is she on this ranch? So, if I remember correctly, the people who own the ranch are, like, I don't know, they're related to Bess and or George, I think, and invited the three of us out to stay with them for a little bit. So we're supposed to be on a little mini vacation with friends, and then everything just went disastrous.
Check.
Okay. Cake. Crackers.
I'm
So, like, the night before we arrived, the owners saw the phantom horse, and one of them got bitten by a rattlesnake. So they're at the hospital for a little bit, and Bess and George's plane got held up. Not like by outlaws, like it's slow. I'm gonna do a search on the World Wide Web. I want it. There we go. Wow. Single rib. Ugh, I miss cabling. Daisy. I miss knitting.
The daisy stitch.
Chip says, definitely wouldn't think bandits would rob a plane, but this is Nancy Drew. Anything is possible. Exactly. Okay. And call them and find out more. See if George can find out more about this purse for us.
Hello?
It's me.
So what's going on there?
Ooh.
Have I told you about the cowboys that work for the Raleighs?
No, and believe me, I've been meaning to ask.
Well, Dave Gregory, he's the foreman, and he's very cute, Bess.
Wouldn't you know it?
Anyway, I caught him secretly digging around in the cellar. He knows about Dirk Valentine's treasure, too.
What about the other cowboys?
Shorty the cook admitted that he's been checking out the area around Shadow Ranch for lost gold mines.
Has he found any?
He says no.
But if he's lying, and he found gold on the Raleigh's property, he could be sabotaging stuff at the ranch to chase off Aunt Bet and Uncle Ed so he can have all the gold for himself. Better keep an eye on him, Nancy.
I found an old beaded handbag that may have belonged to Francis Humber.
Was there anything in it?
No, but if it's the bag that Dirk mentioned in one of his love letters, it could hold some sort of clue.
What does it look like?
Well, there's a bird on it, but the beads have completely fallen off this one section. However, it does have the name of the manufacturer at the bottom. It was made by the Chicago Mercantile Company back in 1881.
That's one of the companies in my book. Is there anything else on it?
Yeah, some kind of number. HB3941.
Maybe that's what bead pattern it is. There's a bunch of phone numbers in this book. Maybe we can track down the pattern for you.
That'd be great. Like I said, it could be pretty important, especially if the part that's missing turns out to have something to do with flowers.
We'll get right on it.
That's it for now.
Thanks for calling. Bye, Nan.
Alright. How we doing? How we doing?
That's done.
Cake, crackers.
I haven't done that yet. Can't check that off yet. Can't check that off till it's
Yes,
done.
We did find that out. We found out that was the daisy stitch. We did that. Rude. Ooh. Oh no, conversions. Oh, I hate that. Okay. Save again, because now there's no rattling. Okay. That looks good too. Oh yeah. Look, there's black turtle beans.
It's so hot, I should get these vegetables into Shorty right away.
Pick those vegetables for me yet?
Take a look.
Good for you. Now, if you just fill that egg basket for me again, we'll be all set.
Well, I'd better get going.
Come back soon.
So sounds like the best kind of bean, right? It's both a bean and a turtle. What more could you want? Sweet, I don't have to mess with the crazy chicken. Yes, that is one of the deaths in the game. You have to second chance if you mess with the crazy chicken. It will assault you.
Got those eggs for me?
Right here.
Good for you. I need you to do one more thing. It's Tex's birthday. The Raleighs told me to make him a cake. Now, if I make it, he'll throw a fit. But if you make it, he might actually appreciate it. So why don't you dig a cake recipe out of the recipe box and have at it? I don't care when you make it, just so it's done by the end of the day. The icing's already made.
Could I get a canteen of water from you?
You betcha. You're good to go.
Well, I'd better get going.
Pleasure talking to you.
Yeah, we already gathered the eggs. I don't know if it'll do it, but here. Look. Yeah, she's not there now. Okay, bake cake. Baking the cake's fun. So, let's see. Oh, vinegar pie. Like, I know that that's a thing. I don't know about that. Corn fritters. Ooh, deep fried in lard. Probably delicious. Fried bread. Yeast in it? Really? Okay, Shadow Ranch cake. It's Francis's recipe. Alright. It's on vacation just doing all his work. I know, but it's so satisfying. I love the chores. Alright, I'm gonna write down the cake recipe. 1 cup butter. Chip says you should try to make this IRL. Luke asks, wait, did you say vinegar cake? Vinegar pie. Yeah, I know people have tried to make it before. I have not tried, so I don't know. There's also a cookie recipe in Danger by Design for like mint chocolate chip cookies, and I really want to make that. 1 2/3 cup milk, 4 cups of flour. It's a lot of flour, but a tablespoon of baking powder. Okay. Baking powder, 2 1/3 cup sugar, and 3 teaspoons of vanilla. 3 teaspoons vanilla. Okay.
First thing I'll need to make that cake is a mixing bowl.
The other thing I'm concerned about is, like, Luke is gluten intolerant, so we only have gluten-free flour, and I worry that it wouldn't, like, if the recipe went wrong, I wouldn't know if it was the recipe or the flour. Okay, so the flour is in pints. So, how much is a pint? Welcome back, Pip. You're just in time to watch me struggle to make the cake. Okay. 1 pint is 2 cups. Okay. So, alright, so 1 pint is 2 cups, then we need 2 pints. Yeah. Alright. Okay. Alright, the sugar is in thirds.
Missed.
You can miss? Oh, okay, the baking powder's in teaspoons, and I need a tablespoon of it.
Missed.
The milk will be fine.
Missed.
Butter has the measurement on it.
Missed.
Okay, so
Missed.
the teaspoon, tablespoon thing. I can never remember how many teaspoons are in a tablespoon. Get to the charger! Okay, how many teaspoons are in a tablespoon? 3 teaspoons equals 1 tablespoon. Okay, so 3 teaspoons. Alright, let's try this. So, 1 cup of butter. 2 1/3 cup of sugar. We only have 1/3 cup, so we need 7 of these. All right, 1, 2, 3. Don't let me lose count. 4, 5, 6, 7. Right? And then 2 eggs. We gathered those eggs. And 3 teaspoons of vanilla. Tisp. And 3. Baking powder. Pip says this ranch really needs to invest in some more measuring cups. Seriously. See, I suspect that Shorty is not a real cook. Because if he was a real cook, there'd be more measuring cups in this kitchen. All right. And then 1 2/3 cups of milk. So 5 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And flour. Okay. All right, we're gonna try baking it. I hate that there's no baking instructions too. Like, this game's supposed to be for like 8 and up or something. How am I supposed to know how to bake a cake?
Looks like I'm gonna have to guess how long to cook it and what temperature to use.
30 minutes on medium.
It's not cooked all the way through. I better bake it some more. Perfect.
Okay.
Maybe I should try a little, just to be sure. I should put that icing Shorty made on it.
Okay, right, click pieces.
What are these?
I made you that flour Frances mentioned in her recipe. I cut all the pieces out of marzipan using her old forms, but I'll be darned if I can figure out how the pieces go.
Chandler says rats, now I want cake. Oh. Isn't that always true though? It's a constant problem. Let's see. Yeah. Oh, there we go. There. 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 There.
It's a tulip. What's
right.
this?
That's food coloring, so you can paint that marzipan flour.
I've never made the cake. I know that people have done it. I haven't yet. I do really like the flower. It's very pretty. Look at that. It's beautiful. Okay.
Miss Nancy, how may I be of service?
Well, I'd better get going.
Pleasure talking to you.
Yeah, like I was saying earlier, I'm curious about the cake. I'm curious about a couple of the other recipes in the in the recipe box as well. But of the Nancy Drew foods that have like an actual recipe, the one I'm most curious about is the mint chocolate chip cookies in Danger by Design. There are other things that I would like to make. Yeah, we're not making the vinegar pie. But like, there's a bread. That sounds more promising. Oh, there's a chili recipe. It suggests cubed rattlesnake meat or chicken. Luke, do you want rattlesnake chili? Oh, it has macaroni in it. I don't like it when they put macaroni in chili. Yeah, I don't know about that one. Chip says do the chili recipe. I don't know if we could get rattlesnake meat. Boomer says macaroni and rattlesnake don't mix. That's what I'm thinking. Like, I don't know about that. Okay.
Check.
Birthday cake.
That's done.
Oh, now it'll take it. Alright. What about gator nuggets and mac? Oh, man. I think Luke might be the one to ask about that.
Need something?
Is it okay if I go riding?
Nope. Feed the chickens and the horses in the corral first. Could be fatal if you mess up, so don't.
Thank you. No pressure.
Talk to you later.
If you last that long.
Okay. Yeah, I made the penne pasta thing from Haunted Carousel. I'd like to try making it again. I also tried doing like a brownie and ice cream thing inspired by the Captain's Quarters Fun Day, and wow, that was delicious. So all right, so we were looking to feed chickens, Bob, Clyde, and Ace. So Bob gets, okay, measure by pounds. Okay, 2 oats, 1 corn, and 1.5 pellets. Also wouldn't mind trying to make parfaits, and there are several foods in Danger by Design that I would love to try making, which makes sense given that that's the one that's set in Paris. It has a lot of good food. Clyde gets 3 oats, 1.5 pellets. Okay. Ace. Ace gets 1 oats, 1/2 corn, 3 pellets. And chickens get 2 scoops of chicken chow. Okay. All right. So, try to identify everything. That one's corn. That's pink stuff. I think that's the chicken chow. Chicky chow. Where else did we see that? Oh yeah, was it Dark Fall that had Chicky chow? Oh yeah, platforming is not good for me. Okay. Oats. That is 1 pound of oats. 2 pounds of oats. And you need 1 pound of corn. And then 1.5 of the pellets. I believe is what this is. Okay. Right. So that's the one for Bob. Oh, I hope I don't kill any of the horses. Haha. Excellent point, Boomer. Okay. 3 oats. Okay. We'll look into it. I'll write it down. It's 2, 3. And let's... Okay. And this is the one for Clyde. Whoop. Okay. Whoop. Man. There we go. And then Ace gets 1 oat. Half corn. 3 pots. So 1, 2. Boomer says maybe the ghost horse is like the Hound of the Baskervilles. You mean fake? Said Nancy Drew's like Scooby-Doo. The monsters are never real. Sad. I like monsters. Mostly friendly monsters. Alright, and then 2 scoops of Chicky Chow. Chicky Chicky! We get to feed the chickens! Just like all of our other games. Get to feed chickens in everything this week. No, I fed all 3.
Okay, chickens, come and get it.
Chicky Chicky! Yeah, I had to do a different amount for each of them. Okay.
Need something?
May I go riding now?
Old Bob's all yours. I set up some barrels and a sawhorse so you can do some barrel racing and practice roping. Whenever you're out there, I'll watch you and time you. If you get good enough, like, say, you get your time below 10 seconds, and if you can lasso the sawhorse, like, say, 4 times out of 5, I'll give you your very own lariat. You can practice as much as you want, whenever you want. Just don't go walking off with my rope, 'cause I'll be watching.
Talk to you later.
Just stay out of trouble.
Alright. Well, let's see if I can win a rope then. And if I can, I think that'll be a good stopping point.
Come on, Bob.
Let's try the barrel race.
Here we go!
I remember struggling with this thing for like hours. Oh, I love Portal 2, but someone hasn't finished the first Portal yet.
9.5. How about that? You did it.
I spent so long mastering that puzzle. Yeah, I love both Portal games. I guess you could probably get through the multiplayer in Portal 2.
Try again.
Like, I don't know that it really has much in the way of spoilers for the first one.
Perfect. Gotcha. Perfect.
Oh, that might not be a bad idea.
Gotcha.
4 out of 5. Congratulations.
Can I do it again? I want to see if I can get all 5.
Try again.
Okay. Yeah, there's a few puzzles that are really frustrating.
Missed.
But the story's great, and Portal 2 was so good.
Just missed.
Come, I cannot get the first one. Alright. I'm impatient. I need to calm down. There.
Yes!
Alright, have a good night, Chiv. It's good to see you.
You got 1 out of 5.
Ouch. Okay.
All right! Now I can get my own lariat. I did the barrel race in under 10 seconds and roped the sawhorse 4 out of 5 times. Do I get a lariat?
Yep, here you go. I'm kind of surprised at you.
Why?
Figured you'd be good for some laughs out there. You weren't.
Thanks.
But there's still hope. This little vacation of yours ain't over with yet.
May I go riding again?
Yep.
Talk to you later.
Yahoo.
Yahoo. Alright. Yeah, we've done co-op Stardew before, and it's just a little bit clunky in multiplayer. Oh, gosh. I am going to call it here. Then I can go get some more water. So we'll be playing this again. Oh man, it won't be next Monday now, will it? No. But I am planning to be back tomorrow, 3 o'clock Eastern, doing House Flipper. So, we'll figure out the rest as we go. But I should be here tomorrow playing House Flipper. Yeah, next 2 Mondays are holidays, so ooh. Yeah, I'll be back tomorrow. So, thank y'all so much for watching. I'm so glad you were able to spend this time with me, and I hope y'all have a wonderful rest of your evening. Bye, everybody.